Welcome to the Y Connect podcast. As the heartbeat of the community, the Y is a connector where people of all ages and walks of life come together to elevate their health, wellness, education, and essential life skills. Hear the stories of impact and join the authentic conversations where together we'll discover the journeys and pathways people take to connect through the Y. Now your hosts, Zarina, Robert, and Allison.
How have you guys been?
I don't think it's good as you. How was your spring break?
Right. It was restful.
That's important.
Absolutely. I'm back at it. Yeah, I enjoyed my break.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great to see you guys.
A couple more months or like the rest of April and May, and then school's out for summer. Is that the deal?
For some, not all.
Yeah.
Our Head Start classrooms will be out.
Okay.
But early Head Start all year.
That's right. That's right. Wonderful.
Yeah. So I'll be here. I'll be here with you guys.
Yeah.
And Allison, how long will you be in South Africa?
I am. That's right. So if you didn't listen to the last episode, we shared when we interviewed the CEO of the Y of South Africa that I am now going over there tomorrow, and I will be there a little over a week with a U.S. coalition of Ys. And we'll be visiting 8 different Ys.
That's exciting.
Yes. I'm really looking forward to it. It should be, just extraordinary. And getting to know all the Y staff over there. And I'll take lots of pictures.
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see them.
Our senior counsel, Richard Jerkita, said I should record what I'm seeing instead of worrying about journaling. Because that, sometimes we just don't make time for it. So using voice memo. So maybe I'll do that. And maybe I'll get some sound bites while I'm there that we could share on the podcast.
Yes, that would be great. For sure.
Well, today we are very excited to meet 3 young professionals that are leading the way on our Y Ambassador Board. We're thrilled to explore how the YMCA of Metro Atlanta's Y Ambassador Board is not only shaping the future of the community, but also preparing the next generation of boardroom leaders. Today, we're talking with engaged and passionate members of the Y Ambassador Board. The Y Ambassadors are young professionals, usually between the ages of 22 and 35, from the greater Atlanta community, who join in service to advance the Y's philanthropic mission. They serve as ambassadors for the Y, and this opportunity develops the pipeline of Y volunteer leaders of the future. Joining us today are Kendyl Lewis, Brian Cooney, and Abby Paul. Kendyl Lewis, a Y ambassador since 2022, is a manager of research and community development at Partnership Gwinnett. In her role, she conducts economic research and leads redevelopment initiatives. Prior to her current role, Kendyl served as a research fellow at the Atlanta Regional Commission. A proud Atlanta native, Kendyl holds degrees in economics and psychology from Georgia College and State University. Beyond her professional endeavors, she finds joy in spending quality time with her partner, Evan, and their energetic dog, Samson. Brian Cooney also joined the Y Ambassador Board in 2022. Brian is a project manager with the engineering firm P. Marshall and Associates. With a decade of experience in civil engineering, he specializes in infrastructure, telecommunication development, and construction projects, graduating from Southern Polytech with a degree in architecture and a minor in construction management. Abby Paul started her journey with the YMCA Ambassador Board 5.5 years ago. She started her college career at Ole Miss before finishing at Emory University with a Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Currently serving as a full-time registered nurse at Piedmont Atlanta Hospital, Abby specializes in providing comprehensive care to liver transplant patients. Abby proudly represents the 4th generation of her family to be involved with the YMCA. She is currently married to her husband, Michael, and is a proud mom of her Australian Shepherd named Reese. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Welcome, guys.
Wow. Yes.
It's great to be here.
Thank you guys for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And I am going to kick things off with a question for all 3 of you. And since we started with Kendyl's bio, maybe Kendyl, if you don't mind responding first, please. But what inspired you to join the Y Ambassador Board, and what motivates you to stay involved?
Mm-hmm. When I had graduated from college and started my first job, I was really missing a community of young professionals and wanted to find a way to get involved in a group that shared similar values and had kind of that mission-oriented mindset. And at the time, I didn't know the Y Ambassadors existed, but once I described the characteristics I was looking for in a community, my supervisor knew immediately that the Y Ambassadors would be a great fit. So I've been involved ever since I first got connected with the group, and I love being on the board, and I love continuing to serve with the board, because we're always growing and evolving the program. And I love how, as we continue to add new members, people bring their passions and interests with them. And that makes our group continue to pursue new opportunities. So it's been great to be part of that growth, and hope to continue to contribute to it.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. And how about you, Abby?
So I joined right out of college 5.5 years ago in 2018, actually, when the board first started. I was approached by, I'm forgetting a name, but Nancy Blank and then a couple other people about joining because my dad was pretty involved with it. And kind of similar to Kendyl, just was looking for a place that I could make a difference in my community and get more involved in giving back and finding different ways to do things, kind of more service oriented. And, I've been on it now for 5.5 years. And part of the reason I stay is, like Kendyl said, just the constant growth that happens in it. Doors always revolving, and people are leaving and coming, and get to meet a lot of really cool people and build relationships with different people and with people I never thought I would meet. And so it's been a pretty cool way to get involved and then kind of put myself out of my comfort zone.
Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. How about you, Brian?
Well, in the beginning, I was sort of looking for a more consistent and diverse volunteering opportunities. And my dad was actually a YMCA board member, and he recommended the Y Ambassador Board to me. I wasn't aware of the Y Ambassador Board until he did mention it to me. And then once I joined, I was surprised by all the passion that the other members showed, and that really motivated me to continue my journey. I've always been sort of service-minded, but I was really looking for more diverse opportunities. And the board really helped me to find those opportunities, for sure.
Yes, I have to say, I have loved working with all three of you. I have the pleasure of overseeing the Y Ambassadors program or board with the social impact team. And it's been a journey. And I like what you said, Kendyl, about it's always evolving. I'd love to hear from all of you or anyone that feels kind of compelled to answer this question. As you think about being a young professional and the Y's mission, how does the Y's mission align with your personal and or professional values?
I'm happy.
Go ahead. Ladies first. Kendyl.
Thank you, Brian. For me, I grew up volunteering, and it was just a part of what me and my family did on the weekends. We would go to food pantries and help serve food or package food. We would donate to any different toy drives, coat drives, things like that. And it just became part of what I was passionate about and what I love doing in my free time. So for me, I love that the Y provides opportunities for people of all ages, all abilities, all backgrounds to be able to plug into different opportunities. And it's so much more than a swim and gym. There are so many ways that the Y gives back to the communities that they're in. And so I love that as our world continues to grow and change, that the Y is able to meet people where they're at. And so that's just a mission that I really love being part of.
That's a commercial right there. I love it. Yeah, Brian, you were going to share your thoughts as well.
Yes. Well, definitely the opportunities to volunteer has always been a major passion of mine. I think like most of the members on the board, Like I said before, this really does give you the opportunity to do that. But I also love working as a team with the other members. That really motivates me and keeps me excited about all the opportunities that we are getting to help other people. So yeah, just the continual
engagement for sure.
Engagement really helps.
Yes.
All the other members really do motivate me to continue to work.
Well, you're very motivated. I'm just going to say it right now. Whenever we have a volunteer project, you are there. And I have to share with our listeners that when we had Days of Service back in September of 2023, Brian participated in kind of a trail cleanup over in Peachtree Corners. And you were dressed so well for that experience. We all commented, he had the gear, the clothing, or he is a model volunteer today. It was really cool. So Abby, did you want to add anything?
Try to make it look good.
Yeah, you do. You do. But I think about, Abby, the 4 generations piece for you. Did you want to elaborate on how it aligns with your values as well?
Well, similar to Brian and Kendyl, volunteer has just kind of been ingrained in me since I just was a child, and just kind of always looking for that opportunity to get involved and to give back in different ways. So the Ambassador Board and then the WISE mission as a whole has just kind of provided me with a group, I guess, to do that with, which is always kind of nice and way to get involved with other people and meet new people and just kind of provide different opportunities that you wouldn't normally get just from, doing things with more organized events, I guess, with some other people. But then in addition to that, I think as a nurse, I work with patients kind of all over. And one of the great things about the Y is how much they work to kind of give care to everybody, I guess, for lack of better ways to put it. It's cool to work with such a great group that really, really hones in on that. When I get to kind of experience firsthand the deficits that some communities face with access to healthcare and access to different things. And so it's kind of cool to be a part of a group that not only helps everybody in lots of different ways, but also helps people specifically that I work with day to day.
Yeah, very applicable. That's nice.
Absolutely. I think it's always special to recognize the communities within the community that we work in. So, every YMCA has a certain community that it sits in. And then within that community, or as we're discussing today, with boards and our ambassador boards and our community engagement boards, there's always a community within the community. So we truly appreciate everything that everybody's doing. Ms. Kendyl, this one's for you. Describe the experience of being a Y ambassador and what have been some of your more memorable experiences from your time as a Y ambassador board.
Mm-hmm. So being a Y ambassador, it can always look different because, like I said, the program is continuing to grow and evolve, but there are lots of opportunities for us to really shape the experiences, not only for the Y Ambassadors Board, but for the YMCA board in general. As a Y ambassador, you have the opportunity to sit in on board meetings and actually see what goes into, planning out the initiatives that the YMCA board is taking on. And so that's been an amazing experience just to be able to learn what it actually means to serve on a nonprofit board and how many people are able to come together and really work towards the same cause. So that's been a really amazing experience. But I also love just the community that we've formed around this idea of volunteering and giving back to the community. One of my favorite memories of being a Y ambassador was this past December. We got together and we all donated toys and coats for the early learning students at the Y's branches throughout Metro Atlanta. And after we all brought our toys together, we had a ton of wrapping paper and we were just wrapping gifts with each other and having a great great time while doing it. And to me, that just, really sums up the experience of a Y ambassador, is being able to have fun while also giving back to your community and building within your own professional network as well. So that's just one of my favorite recent memories.
Fantastic. One thing I'll add is our Y ambassadors are also invited to attend our Y Association board meetings and participate in committee meetings. And they're early now. They're 7:30 in the morning in person at the headquarters. So not everybody shows up, but those can be very worthwhile opportunities that I had to share.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that, Kendyl. My question is for Brian. So, Brian, how does being a part of the Y Ambassador Board contribute to your personal and professional development?
Well, definitely one thing I have been surprised by has been the networking opportunities, especially having access to, like Allison said, the YMCA board. Definitely the networking opportunities have been a huge positive exposure to the wide network of professionals. And having the opportunity to build those relationships and fellowship with other volunteers has definitely been very positive for me. Also, personally, just the camaraderie with the other members has been very beneficial, especially since they have this same passion and shared purpose that you do. It's very easy to speak and share in those opportunities, and also it helps you be consistent in your volunteering. That was one of the things that I did struggle with before I joined the board. That's kind of why I was looking for these opportunities, is the consistency of being a benefit, of being a help, but being around all these other members, it really motivates me to continue to be helpful and consistent.
Joining the Y board probably also has given you a glimpse at what having a family at the Y can look like, because you are welcoming a child into your family, your first child this summer. Yeah. So,
congratulations!
I'm sure yeah,
thank you.
I have a question. Yes, there's a lot of ways to get your child involved and have them stay through the continuum of their development.
Absolutely.
I want to share that the Y Ambassador Board concept was actually thought of by a former association board member. And what the theory was that in order for the Y to remain relevant, to have young professionals be more engaged in our conversations and our strategy and what the Y looks like. So, Abby, I've got this question for you. What do you think young professionals, what role do they play in shaping the future of the Y from your perspective?
So I think they offer new perspective and then new eyes and just new approaches to different concepts and ideas. As we all know, the world is constantly changing around us. And the access to information and to opportunities is just always changing. And so I think as young professionals, we're a little bit more in our adventure era, if you will. And I think we're a bit more in the trenches and more willing and able to take risks and get involved in areas that we're not super comfortable in. And so I think we just have the ability to give a little bit more insight into some of those more day-to-day obstacles and struggles, and just offer different thoughts and opinions about how we can help, I guess, those struggles and obstacles and help others face them, and how we can work as a group and a community to kind of face them head on together. And so I think that can help make a big difference.
I completely agree. Really good point. And we've had some discussions throughout the years with our ambassadors around that relevance piece, and getting feedback and bringing in our Y leaders from time to time to really, you guys are almost like a focus group, a built-in focus group for us. So we love it.
Yeah. This question is for all three. What advice would you give to other young professionals who are interested in getting involved with community organizations like the YMCA? We start with Kendyl.
Sure. My biggest piece of advice would be to push yourself outside of your comfort zone and take advantage of the opportunities that you have at your disposal. I think organizations like the Y have so much to offer. And if you give just a few hours of your time throughout a couple of weekends or a few weeknights, you can really make a huge impact in other people's lives, but you can also develop yourself and learn a lot and give back to your community all in one. So I would say if you are looking for community and you're seeking an outlet to be able to give back to your community, then just take that leap, have that first conversation with someone that's in a mission-oriented organization, and then just keep going from there.
Well stated. Well stated. Abby?
So similar to what Kendyl said, just, don't be afraid to get involved, get out of your comfort zone and put yourself out there with some new people. I love to tell people to join a group without really knowing anybody because it forces you to get to know people and it, helps create a lot of different opportunities and just different of situations and events that you wouldn't normally get put in. And I think being by yourself and putting yourself in that vulnerable state really helps you build a better relationship with other people and taking those next steps.
Yeah.
Nice.
And Brian?
Yes, I think getting out of your comfort zone is definitely some good advice. I would also say if you feel intimidated, maybe start small. Starting small and attending small events or attending one-off volunteer opportunities can really help you get your momentum up. When I first started, I just went to a local YMCA and helped pack lunches for the summer school kids. It wasn't anything big. I didn't know anybody at that particular Y except for Allison. I saw Allison there. But just starting small will help you be consistent. You don't have to, it can be intimidating, meeting all these new people and seeing how passionate they are and then doing these big volunteering opportunities, but starting small can also be a help.
Absolutely. If I can just ask a follow-up question to all three of you, what's the biggest thing you've learned about yourself in taking this step and stepping out of your comfort zone? Same order. Kendyl, Abby.
May take me a second to think of my answer.
Yeah.
I think I've just learned that when you find the right community and you're willing to put all of yourself into that community, it will give itself right back to you. I know when I first joined the Y Ambassadors, I was still fairly young, fresh out of college and was just looking to kind of dip my toe into something. But Allison and some of the other people involved in the board saw something in me and they really wanted me to step up and continue to be involved and engaged in our volunteerism efforts. And so they offered me the opportunity to chair our philanthropy and volunteerism committee. And even though I didn't necessarily feel ready at the time, I could see that they trusted me with that task. And I really wanted to give myself and do the best that I could with the position that I was offered. And so I think it's just been an amazing learning experience to kind of push myself and to trust in my own leadership and my own abilities, that if I have the right passion and the right heart for something, I'll figure out how to get it done. So I'm very appreciative to Allison for pushing me and, giving me this opportunity.
You jumped right in and you've done an outstanding job. You really have.
Abby?
I feel like I've learned that I love meeting new people and getting to know new people. I think at first I kind of thought that I wasn't, cut out for new things and new relationships and stuff. But I've learned that I really enjoy putting myself out there and finding new opportunities for me to partake in.
Excellent.
For me, I guess maybe how rewarding volunteering can be to me. I'm no stranger to hard work, but this doesn't really feel as like work to me. I really do get something out of it, so it is kind of selfish for me. And I didn't realize I had that much passion for it. I actually love doing volunteer work, helping the community out and seeing how it benefits the community.
Excellent.
Nice. That was a great question. It kind of leads into this question, and it's for all of you guys, if you don't mind answering. So looking ahead, what are your hopes and goals for the future of the YMCA of Metro Atlanta and the Y Ambassador Board? Miss Kendyl, Abby, and Brian.
I am interested in seeing us continue to dive more into mentorship. It's a topic that a lot of the members of our group have shown interest in. And I think it's an absolute perfect mission for our group to focus on, because as young professionals, we remember what it was like to be a kid growing up and going through the challenges of life. And so to be able to give back to those students that are part of the Y and share from our life experiences, I think that can be both really rewarding for us, but also make a huge impact in those kids' lives. So I'm excited to see what we're able to do with mentorship, and I'm really, really looking forward to getting involved more.
So similar to Kendyl, I would love to see us get more involved with some of the teen leaders at some of the different Ys. When I guess a couple of years ago, before COVID, we ended up on doing kind of a bus tour that gave us the opportunity to see some of the different Ys that weren't, like, I guess were more just different parts of Atlanta. And we got to meet the teen leaders. I think it was the Andrew Young Y. And they were so cool and so fun to hang out with. And so I would love to be able to go back and kind of, like Kendyl said, kind of create that mentor program with some of them, and kind of check back in with them and see all the cool things that they're up to, because it seems like they are going to conquer the world, because they are doing all kinds of crazy things over there.
Wonderful.
Abby, thank you for that plug. I appreciate
that. I love it.
Yeah, I do think mentorship is a very popular goal of ours. That's also one of my goals, but also I would say maybe strengthening the community partnerships, maybe more collaboration with other community organizations, businesses, and our government agencies will help us a lot, and with the mentorship program, and also other volunteering opportunities. I think the collaboration would help expand our reach and diversify the type of opportunities to make a more meaningful impact. Also, I think it would also leverage the resources to help accomplish some of our more ambitious ideas and goals, kind of like the mentorship.
Mm-hmm. That's excellent. That's what our CEO always says. You know, the Y can't do this alone. It's really critical that we leverage all of our strengths through our partnerships. And you've really brought that to light. I wanted to also kind of, if someone's listening right now and they want to know, how do I get involved? How do I get connected? It's simple as going on our website at ymcaatlanta.org and clicking the volunteer tab and just scrolling down where you can learn about boards, and you'll get the contact information for Alexis Slocum, who really leads the day-to-day administration of the Y Ambassador Board. So we've come to the point in our episode, the last question that we ask all of our guests. And this is where we really like you to think about your pathway story. What first connected you to the Y? And we're going to start with Brian.
Well, I actually started coming to the Y during the summers in elementary school. In particular, the Decatur Family YMCA. I always had a passion for sports, so I loved playing basketball. I loved going to the pool and swimming. So ever since I was a young kid in middle school, I was involved with the YMCA. And then even after college, when my father mentioned the Y Ambassador program, I found like this was a good opportunity to get back to the YMCA and also to the community. So yeah, that's how I first became connected.
Go ahead, Abby.
I got involved. Let's see. I mean, my family was members when I was born, so I feel like I've been coming to the Y for forever. I learned how to swim there. I did do all of that stuff, learn how to play tennis, learn how to do gymnastics, and all kinds of different things. So that's really what started it. But I feel like I got more connected with the Y when I was in college. My dad is pretty involved with the Y, and he went to the kind of awards. I can't remember what it's called, but the one in January. And we went to support him one year, and that's kind of when I realized that there was so much more to the Y than I ever really, really knew. And not long after that, the Y Ambassador Board started. And so I was able to kind of jump on that train early and get involved and start working with that. And I've been hooked ever since.
Abby's dad has been super engaged in the Carl E. Sanders at Buckhead Y for many years on the board. And so he must have won the Celebration of Champions Award for Volunteer of the Year out of Buckhead. So that's excellent.
Nice.
Excellent. Excellent.
Kendyl, how about you?
So as Brian and Abby said, I also, first experienced the Y from a very young age, but I don't remember a lot of those really early memories. So the first truly impactful experience that I had at the Y was in high school when I participated in a youth leadership program. And it was hosted in partnership with my local Y branch. And I remember sitting in some of the workshops that we had, and there was one specific workshop hosted by a Y staff member on the idea of finding your passion and finding your calling. And as a 16-year-old, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life, but I knew in that moment that I really loved serving people. And I just remember that being a pivotal moment, understanding that I can really make an impact in my community. It doesn't matter how young or old or what skills I can bring, that if I just have the heart, then I can impact my community. And ever since, I've seen the Y as that kind of place to foster the ability to impact my community and continue to give back. So very thankful for that pivotal experience that kind of showed me, the potential of being part of the Y for many years to come.
Wow. I tell you, the passion just exudes from all three of you. Thank you so much for being ambassadors.
Absolutely, it does.
We are so grateful that you guys are here. You came on the podcast and you were willing to share that story. And thank you for the support that you give the Y. It means a lot to all of us.
Yes.
And whenever you're ready to do another bus tour, just let us know. We'll welcome you with open arms.
I keep trying to get him to go.
Yeah, I would love to do one.
I keep bringing it up. I'm just waiting for someone to actually bite at it.
And as a matter of fact,
tonight you can at the meeting for sure.
Yeah. And
all right.
We are hosting this afternoon. We're hosting a gym dedication from the Hawks and the Hawks and State Farm. It's another one of their good neighbor gym dedications. So our ribbon cutting is this afternoon. So perfect timing, especially with camp coming up. Brand new gym, brand new wellness center, brand new pool.
Yes.
It's a shameless plug. But whatever you got to do to get you guys out here, you're more than welcome anytime.
Fantastic.
That's awesome.
Thanks a lot, everyone.
Thank you for listening to the Y Podcast. To continue the conversation or to find your closest Y, please connect with us at ymcaatlanta.org and sign up for our newsletter, Healthy Together.